you guys are in here fast tonight. Yes. Okay, LaDonna, call in. I don't know how you call in. Talk. Yes. View requests. Go live. We are on time. Professional women. Period. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Boo.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
I am well. How are you? Hi, Patricia.
I am hanging in there. Hello, 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 everyone.
Yes.
Yes,
Listen, we started right on time, so we will just shoot this shit until the rest of the girls come in because we are like really on time.
No, we are on time because we're
Yes.
not going to play with your time. That's how that's going. We're not going to play with your time. Period. Period. Dot. So
I'm wondering if I'm going to lower this because I'm like, the girls can't even see my ensembles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let me bring this on.
You are giving scarf and you're giving French Chico. Because the French don't play about their black and their turtlenecks. That's number two.
Listen, good evening. When I tell you I was in here doing I was like, what am I going to wear?
Right.
I had on like a white button down, and it was giving. First of all, I have gained all the weight since I've gained like 10 pounds since I've been here.
So have I, if not more.
So I was like, you know what? I am going to lean into something a bit slimming. The scarf, you like the scarf? Boo?
I love the scarf. First of all,
I
love the scarf, and I love the way that you wear your scarves because
it's
unique.
Yeah, unique. I am trying to find out. I'm trying to learn new ways to wear the scarves.
Right, and it's a good look on you. And I love the dangly earrings too.
I got these were €2.
Oh my
These
God.
are €2. I got these from, I get all my earrings, my earrings from the flea market.
The market, on your street.
Yeah, so they were like €2, and I'm very excited about these earrings. I've been really rocking them lately.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I was dressed. I had on clothes. I went to Napa Valley. I went wine tasting. I was slayed to the gods. Paris Chic Code would have been proud.
Yes.
And so I came home and I relaxed. So I'm wearing Versace.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable. But I am giving you face. But if you follow me, I'm giving you face. But if you follow me, unlike other content creators, I do go natural. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and sometimes I go live, and my hair is sticking straight up. And I'm having my coffee. I have my tea right now. We have 5 people. Yes, ma'am.
They said, okay, Versace.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I got my Virgo mug, my tea. And so we have 5 people on joining us right now. Do you think this will be a good time for me to go into?
I think it's still a little early. I think we should maybe wait until like 10 after. People.
10 after? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those that are on, I didn't get to introduce myself. My name is LaDonna. I'm with The Unabashed Truth. I do have a YouTube channel as well, The Unabashed Truth with LaDonna. And my platform, as the name, I tell the unabashed truth about a myriad of topics.
Yes, she does.
Nothing is off limits. A little bit about my background. I think I'll save till we get more followers. But I'm a woman that knows a little bit about a lot of things, and so I'm excited that you guys have signed on. So close to the holidays.
Yes,
thank you so very much. I'm going to provide you a good book to read. I'm going to provide you with a website to go check out. So you're going to get a lot of knowledge, a lot of gems, a lot of game. As you see, I got my cards. So I'm old school.
Yes. Listen, I have my little notes.
I'm old school. Let me tell you, I'm not going to be going to the cell phone swiping. Like,
I'm
not that era. Let me know that now. I write, here's my pen, here's my things.
Yes.
And I'm going to go to my cards. So
yes,
that's the line I'm pushing around here.
And so let's tell the girls really quick how we know each other.
Okay, so Miss Paris Chic Code and I go back to high school. Yes, I said high school.
Yes.
And to see, I get emotional, but
all the time. LaDonna's a crier.
I'm a crier. I am. I'm gonna let you know that right now. But she and I go back to high school, and the fabulous young lady that you see before you, she was fabulous in high school. Very always a setter, stylist. I mean, had on the baddest outfits of our era. I'm not gonna tell you what they were, none of your business. But
okay.
She always slayed to the gods. Always very outspoken, strong leadership qualities. Just advanced, very advanced beyond her years, very mature, very ladylike.
Oh, thank you.
All of the things that you see now, she was. I, on the other hand, was a tomboy. I was the one you'd be shocked in a dress, okay? When I came to prom in my dress, you know, everybody was like, oh, damn, you got body. And
right.
I was one of those, because I did the jerseys, the flannels, the Eddie Bauer. I just named some stuff. So now I'm dating myself. But I was a tomboy. I had the freshest kicks, the freshest gear. So all the boys would be like, you know, what's up? Where you get your shoes? Da, 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 da. And that was me. But I was a hidden nerd. I was a hidden nerd. I did not, I was not vocal about how smart I was unless you saw me or had me in an advanced prep course. Otherwise, you would think I was goofy, funny. I'm hilarious. If you follow me, you know you will get your 7 laughs in.
Right.
But I want to share so much more, but I want to give everyone a time to get in here.
Well, listen, we've got 12 people in here. I think you should go run down the credentials. Run down the credentials.
Okay, let me run it down. It's time to run down the credentials. So, as I shared, I know a little bit about a lot. I'm LaDonna from The Unabashed Truth. Please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is up and coming. It is a project of love. I've been in the field of human services for 18 years now. I've served in a myriad of capacities, starting with case management as a clinician and psychotherapist for adults with co-occurring disorders, so both mental health and substance abuse. I then transitioned into working with children in trauma. From the clinical aspect, I then went into social work, and I was a child protective services social worker for a number of years. And now I am a senior manager for the public sector, government sector. So that is what I do now. In between that, I have shared my life story on my social media page, i.e. Instagram, and I just started my YouTube channel. And when I wasn't doing all of what I've said, I also ran for city council in the city in which I reside. I have my bachelor's, master's, and doctorate, all pretty much in psychology.
And so the reason why I tapped LaDonna to do this, right? First of all, because LaDonna, not only is she my friend, but she is my therapist. My mother's phone is ringing. She is also like my therapist, the person that I call when I'm going through something. Look at my cousin's like super impressive sister. She is the person that I call when I'm going through something and I need that expertise, right? And what I love about LaDonna is, although she's my friend, she still does remain unbiased, and she tells me what it is, whether I'm right or wrong. And you need people like that in your corner. So I wanted to, I was very specific about, you know, my personal experience. People ask me all the time how I rebuilt my confidence and things like that. And I'm specific about that. And I wanted to tap LaDonna to do this for me because she is also someone who is here for the girls.
Yes, I am.
She's for the girls. And I always say that she's brilliant. I describe her as someone as brilliant in the field. And she can give not only a personal, but a clinical perspective, which I think is very important. So that is why I was like, we need to do something about confidence, because all the time on IG when I post, like, you guys have seen my transition. You guys have seen, I think you guys have seen on IG me at my lowest, which you probably didn't know, but it was at my lowest. And then you guys have seen me feeling as my best. I would say now I'm kind of feeling at my best self. And you guys have kind of seen that. And you guys are very cognizant. You're asking like, girl, what did you do? Like what, what's going on? And so, and not only that, but a lot of other women in my life are going through things, right? In addition to me, I'm going through things too. But a topic that constantly comes up is, where did you get this confidence? Where did you, I'm not feeling like I'm at my best. And what do I need to do to feel like I am at my best self? So I wanted to tap LaDonna because I feel like she, again, is brilliant and is someone who can give us some tips on how we can go into 2022 feeling like $1 million. And if we don't feel like $1 million, having the tools so we can get to feeling like $1 million.
And with that, Latrice, first, let me say thank you so much, my love. Humbly, thank you so much for the acknowledgement. I want to first begin with having some norms. I want to acknowledge that we are slowly and fastly approaching some big holidays with Christmas around the corner as well as New Year's. And I want to say from an ethical place that during these times, we see a high rate of suicide. And I want to encourage, if you are feeling or have been struggling with any sense of loss or bereavement or any form of depression, please do not hesitate to get help. And if you would like any referrals, please visit www.psychology.com. They are nationwide, have vetted therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, marriage family therapists, licensed social workers in your home state. So I want to start there. And then secondly, I would like to say that this is a place where we build each other up. And so my ask, and I see Parachute Code nodding, is that we do not shade anyone. We do not berate anyone. You will be blocked. You will be unfollowed. We're not doing that here.
It's a safe space.
This is a very safe space for the girls. Absolutely. And then if you do not feel comfortable and you have questions, please feel free to DM either Parachute Code or myself, and you will remain anonymous. I also, if you put a question in the chat, just to protect anonymity, I will not call out your name. It's not that I'm not acknowledging you, but I'll put the question out. Obviously, other people will see it, so I have no control over that. But I just want to say that this is a safe space. And if you want to reach out to me privately, if you're here in the Bay Area and would like some referrals to some therapists, couples, individual, children, you let me know, DM me. I'm available to provide that. So I just wanted to preference that.
I love it here already. So LaDonna, let's dig in. This is Rebuild Your Confidence 101. Give the girls some tips. What do we need to do?
Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to lead into is just some things for you to chew on and think about. And one of which is, how much do you enjoy being yourself?
Oh, child, you got deep.
Yes, ma'am. How do you define the relationship with yourself? Typically, we can show up in ways that others see us. Right? So that means if I think bad about myself, I'm going to affiliate with people who also think bad of me or take digs at me and my spirit. And I'm not just talking romantic partnerships. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about the workplace, right? And I also want you to think about how you see fear. Fear is the number one component that paralyzes self-esteem. It's fear, right? There's a fear of facing challenges. There's a fear of thinking highly of yourself. It's an intersection that really does make it hard and can stagger you from building self-esteem. And these come from various areas within your environment in your interpersonal relationships. Okay. So I wanted to lead with that first.
Okay. Listen, dig in. That was a lot to chew on.
Yes.
How much?
So I want you to be thinking of that as I'm saying these things, and then we'll circle back, and then I want you guys to tell me, you know, what you're thinking about and what it looks like for you. Or if you have any questions about what I'm saying, please type it in the chat or DM Parachute Code or myself or both of us. We're good with that.
How much do you enjoy being yourself?
Right. Do you like you? Do you love you? Right. It starts there. It starts there. Okay. So I also want to say feelings, right? Because that automatically, how do you feel about you? So I want to say that feelings are not values. Feelings are just like your five senses. It's the sight, the touch, the smell, the hearing, right? Add feelings to that list. They're not values. Values are thoughts and beliefs and principles, okay? The two can intersect, but feelings you do not have to act on, right? So one of the examples I always think about when I think about feelings is if I feel angry, right? I can feel angry. It's okay for me to be angry, but it doesn't mean that I have to act on that anger. I can sit with it. And LaDonna's angry right now. And then I can communicate a boundary like I need some space. I need some time to think. I need to recalibrate. I need to get off social media, whatever that may look like, right? But feelings does and can dictate identity when it comes to self-esteem. So if the feelings about yourself are negative in nature, then it's definitely going to inform your identity and what you project out into the world, what you project to your partner, what you project to your children, what you project to your peers, how you project at work, okay? How much do you enjoy being yourself? So I'll give you a real life example. We're here on the screen, right? I'm in my lounge round dress in my robe, and she's dressed to the nines across from me, right? I still feel confident.
Yes.
I still feel confident. And I will share that I don't lead with the fact that I'm a doctor. I normally go by LD, LaDonna, you know, girl, you crazy, whatever, you know, it is, but I don't lead with that. I'm confident in knowing that I'm me. All of that is extra. It's the added bonus to who I am. But the essence of me is what I want you to know. I'll tell you that later. Or you might even put it together, but I don't lead with that, because when I leave my house and walk out of my door, I don't have anything running across my head of my resume, right? So I just want you to think about that, okay? The next thing about self-esteem.
And let me say one thing too. I want to add this.
Okay.
I know I am on this platform with LaDonna, and LaDonna is a doctor, right? I don't have a master's. I don't have a PhD, but I also am very comfortable sitting right next to her.
Right.
Very brilliant.
Very brilliant.
Right.
Very
and
brilliant.
I have no qualms about saying, you know, like I said, I have no qualms about saying about her, I think that she's brilliant. And she's the only person that I would love to do this with, because she is so smart. And that takes nothing away from me. Okay?
Right.
Go on, sis. I just wanted to add that.
And I love that you did. Please cut me off, because I'll go off talking in a tangent. I know how to talk for days.
Yes.
So then the next thing, ladies, is love is a verb. It is a true verb. It is an action. And it is also a behavior. Okay? Self-loving behaviors help build self-esteem.
Yes. Okay. Come on, LaDonna.
I'm going to say it again.
Please do.
Self-loving behaviors promote and build self-esteem. You have to love on you. And that includes your insecurities, your flaws. Yes, someone said action in the chat. It is an action. Okay. You have to love who you are. Every divot, every stretch mark, every bump, every bruise, you have to love it. Even if no one has told you that they do, you yourself have to love it. If you don't, it will exude. We'll see through it. And people will prey on those insecurities. So love is an action. It's a verb, not a noun, not a feeling. Okay. Next, And I seen this with you, Latrice, and so this is really going to hit home.
I hope I don't start crying, girl, because I'm welling up. Your girl is welling up.
Okay.
I'm welling up, child.
If you got a lot of examples, but I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. Overcoming challenges builds self-esteem. Okay, and so one of the things that I saw Paris Chico do was take swimming lessons.
Oh, girl, I'm crying.
Okay, so
yes,
so
I did.
That's just one of the many. The other, but not knowing how to swim or ride a bike or roller skate. Because when we say overcoming challenges, you think of something insurmountable, like something huge. It doesn't have to be something that huge. But it could be that in creative writing course you've always wanted to do. It could be learning another language. It could be, taking a business course, an accounting course. It could be, I don't know, coaching Little League. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, you definitely know what it is, and you've been putting it off. You have been putting it off. You've been doing, yeah, I could, but, right? I should have, but I wanted to, but then I had kids, and when time? When do I have the time? Going back to love is an action. Right? Love is an action. You have to make time for you.
Take us to church, sis. Take us to church.
Okay, for those ladies that have children, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, if you're not whole, you can't be of any resource to your children. Your children depend on you. You're not in the place where your children are able to take care of you. So if you're not eating properly, if you're not maintaining your fitness, if you're not mentally healthy, you're of no help to your children or your partner. And you're not serving yourself either. Okay. So that goes into my next thing, which is managing your interpersonal relationships. So me and Latrice, we earlier at the onset of this, we said we knew each other from high school, right? Outside of the fact that she considers me to be brilliant, I'm also a positive person. So I don't have conflict in my life. I don't blame other people for my shortcomings. These are things that can hinder your self-esteem. Have you ever talked to someone, it could be a family member, an acquaintance, someone you call a friend, and as soon as they get on the phone, you're like, good morning. And they're like, yeah, girl, but let me tell you what this motherfucker did. Da, 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 da. They haven't even asked you, hey, how you doing? They haven't said good morning back to you.
Child.
They're willing to take and drain, or you might have been in a good mood and you meet this person, this acquaintance, this friend for lunch or dinner or brunch, whatever it may be. And you were in a positive, upbeat mood. You're going to brunch, you're going to lunch, you're going to dinner. And as soon as you sit down with them, they telling you all this negative stuff and lost your appetite, or you thinking about, I shouldn't even came here. Like those sorts of things. Those are people you got to love from a distance. That takes away from your self-esteem. Okay, so you have to surround yourself, and even within your environment too, you have to be mindful of being in positive, affirming places and spaces and around affirming people. Because if you surround yourself with toxicity, how can you feel good about yourself? You take on that toxicity of your environment and the people you surround yourself with. And that definitely includes family.
Ooh, and I was going to say, I want to add this. It's funny that you said that, because it does include family, because I was going to add that. But I remember when I moved to Paris, I remember that, in Paris, we do not have, all of the same channels that we have, obviously, in the United States. So one of the things that I no longer was able to watch was The Housewives. Gotcha. So I no longer was able to watch The Housewives. I was no longer to watch the Love and Basketball thing, and the Love and Hip Hop, and all the other ridiculous, absurd reality TV shows. So that's removed from my life, right?
Right.
And then I remember coming back and visiting here and trying to watch that. And I just was like, I cannot. So I don't watch it. I don't know what's going on. When I tell you I cannot watch those shows that is just constant drama and negativity and bashing of Black women, when I tell you I refuse to partake. So not only is it like your surroundings, your immediate surroundings with regards to people and family, it's also what you entertain on in media.
So that brings me to that other thing too.
Let's go.
Yeah, so media, we are bombarded, especially with viral media, more so than mass media. Do not be afraid to take a media break, okay? For sure, because I don't watch that either. Let me tell you, if you stay on social media too long, you'll think you're very morbidly obese, broke as hell, you're ugly, okay? Your eyebrows is trash, your hair is trash, like, you know, there's all these things, right, that make you feel inadequate about who you are, how you live. Like if you work a 9 to 5, like you are just on the bandwagon to downward mobility. I don't
Yes.
know. If you're not an entrepreneur, like,
right,
you're just the scum of the earth, right?
I remember talking to a good friend of mine, like my best friend, and years ago, talking to her and her saying, she again, someone who watches the Housewives and all of that all the time. She's a beautiful home, beautiful family, and I was like, "How are you?" I just don't feel like I have enough, and I'm like, "She's she has her own business, you know," and I'm like, "Are you serious? It's just not enough." You know, I look at Lisa Vanderpump. I said, "Are you really comparing yourself to fucking Lisa Vanderpump?" Like, are we serious? Like that's how delusional one can become.
Like, I could open up a restaurant, a club, and all of these things.
Yeah,
like,
if you
wait a minute,
right, like, girl, you're doing well. You're doing well, and even I notice it with the kids, with the young girls. They watch these shows, and they're like, "I want to be BL." And I should have 5 side hustles. And listen, I'm all for the kids working. But it's like, you can also be a kid, though.
Right.
You know, you can be a kid and enjoy yourself.
Right. It's okay to play and get dirty and do your thing. You don't have to sell lemonade, cookies, and lollipops.
Right. You can be a kid. Like, you don't.
10 million on TikTok. And,
you know, girl, I think that kind of, can you imagine that kind of pressure? When you're a kid, I need to get a job and I need to get a side hustle. Whereas when we were graduating high school, it was like, okay, maybe I'll have a little job, but we still stayed at home. And it was like, maybe, and you know, some kids took a gap year and traveled the world. They're not even thinking about that. They're like, I have to get a main job and then I need a side hustle. It's too much.
Get the bags. Get
too much
pressure.
Bags.
You're 8 years old, honey. Be 8.
Right.
You will have plenty of time to get to these bags. Trust me. You'll have no choice. But to get to these bags.
My goodness.
Especially if you're here in California or Paris or New York.
Right.
You have no choice.
Exactly.
But yes, you are bringing up something, and I'm glad you brought that up, because mass media, viral media will compromise and can compromise your self-esteem. And if you're already in a low place, that may be something you want to avoid and taper down or titrate down a little bit.
Listen, there's a lot of these people that we follow on Instagram and everywhere else that are doing all kinds of credit card scams and everything else to get nice things, girls.
Let me tell you.
While we're going to work 9 to 5, they're getting PPP loans and everything.
And they're getting arrested.
Right. Not knocking the hustle.
One by one.
Yes. I'm not knocking the hustle. You know, do what you got to do. But we have to stop comparing ourselves to what other people have. And if you are following someone that makes you feel bad about yourself or your lack of, then unfollow.
Yeah.
I have unfollowed a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Especially during the onset of COVID-19 in March of 2020. Like, I did a lot of unfollowing because it was just unrealistic. It was just very unrealistic. And I will also say, for my faith-based people, God will not deliver a blessing to you to the wrong door. What's for you will be for you. And that's the truth. It will not go, it will be tailor-made. As God says, he's not the author of confusion. It will be for you. You're running your own race. You have to put blinders on. You have to be like this. So what's over there and what's over there, God bless. We all not able. Great, good for you. I'm here with mine. And it's okay. You have to do that to protect your own mental health and well-being. So yes. So interpersonal relationships, surround yourself with positive people that edify you, listen to positive messages, limit the social media, and take those breaks. So that helps to increase self-esteem. Moving on.
One second. LaDonna, we have a question. I get such anxiety when I think about going to work for someone else. Any tips on how to work through that?
Anxiety working for someone else. I need to hear more about that.
Okay.
Can you say more, a little bit more about that? Like, is it anxiety with the environment of your place of employment? Is it the co-workers? Can you give me a little more detail?
Shayna, when I feel you. Yes, had to limit social media during all the protesting. I could not take that in either. I felt very helpless and defeated. I felt very far. And I was like, I listen, at this point, and it's a part of also having confidence, I know what I can partake in. I know
you have to know your limits.
I know my limits. And I was just like, I can't do it.
And see, conversely, for me, for the protesting is what made me run for local office. So it looks different for different people. Right. But to know your limitations.
Yes.
Everyone has their limits. I didn't run for mayor.
Okay.
I didn't run for governor. You hear what I'm saying? I ran locally. And then many people had to just turn it off. It was too much. It was just too much. So yes, please edify your question for me, and then we'll circle back to that. Parachute code mirrors what I'm about to say all of the time inconsistently. And this is something that helps to build self-esteem. Believe in a manner which makes you proud to be you. Set your standards and be true to them. Practice being an authentically good human. I'm going to say that one more time.
I need that one more time, sis.
Yes. Believe in a manner which makes you proud to be you. Set your standards and be true to them. Practice being an authentically good human.
Yes. Yes.
So it all starts up here. Okay. If you believe that you are worthy, you are important, you matter, you love you, right? Your standards are going to reflect that. You're not going to accept or tolerate anything less than the aforementioned that I just said.
This is real talk. This is real talk.
And you're going to stand on it with all 10.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna get right back to you, sister. I know you got more. But when I tell you this is real talk, because there was a time in 2019 where I accepted a lot of BS because I didn't do the work. I didn't do the work. So I accepted things that I would not ordinarily accept because I didn't feel at my best. And
haven't
now,
we all been there, ladies? Haven't we been there?
Yep. Child, these days, try me if you want to. You will get blocked.
Blocked?
Expeditiously.
Deleted?
I don't even entertain it. I don't even entertain it. Right. And it's not like something that it's like second nature now. It's incredible. The 180. It's incredible. But you are absolutely correct. When you set your standards, when you seriously believe that you deserve the X, Y, and Z, the universe reciprocates in kind. It really does.
It does.
It really does.
Definitely does. And let me tell you something. Those that can't accept, because that's basically establishing boundaries is what you're talking about. If someone gives you upheaval when you are communicating what those boundaries are or distancing yourselves from them, that means their spirit is provoked and they mean you no good. That you did not lose them. They lost you. I'm going to say that one more time. If you set your boundaries, you lay out your politics, I don't tolerate this. I notice this thing you're doing. It really doesn't sit well with me. And they refuse to change. The matter of fact, they say things like, you're being too sensitive. You putting too much on it. It's not that serious. It's serious to me. It is serious to me. And because you can't receive what I'm saying, you're blocked, you're deleted, you're ignored. And keep it moving.
And I want to piggyback on that and say, we have to be okay with people exiting our lives.
Absolutely.
Because we're not chasing nothing.
No, we're not. No,
it's not our ministry. It's not our ministry to chase.
No, it's not our ministry to chase. Absolutely not.
Be okay. Be okay with people removing themselves.
Because the blessing is coming. A blessing is coming. Let me tell you.
Allow space. Allow space for that blessing.
So it's a couple things I want to say to this. The first one being, all relationships and most relationships can turn. That is a natural process. What you look for in a friendship at 17 look different at 21, look different at 25, look different at 30, look different at 35, and look different because we're in our 40s. Okay. With that being said, some relationships run its course. I always use the analogy of a tree, right? So you have this oak tree, let's just say, and you have the roots of the tree, and that's what makes an oak tree thrive, grow, huge, thick branches, wide trunk, right? And then those branches, right? So you have some people that are like the branches, right? They make the tree look pretty, just like the leaves, but when you step on them and apply pressure, they break. Those are acquaintances. And the leaves can be alliances, right? They blow over here, they blow over there. They have a purpose. They might bring you a piece of business. They might, but they not, some you can depend, they fickle. They go over here, they go over there, right?
Yes.
And then, but the branches can fool you because they hold up a little bit because they ain't had no pressure applied to them. But once you apply that pressure, you see they break. Don't be shocked. Don't be, it's okay to be disappointed. But accept it for what it is. Don't make excuses for it.
Yes.
But when you have those roots, the roots give that tree life. And it only takes 3 to 4 roots to make a tree, especially an oak, a pine, grow and thrive and continue on for 20, 30, 40 years. That's what you need is those roots.
I know you're right.
Yes, ma'am.
You better preach today, LaDonna.
I'm giving a good word.
You better preach, PhD.
I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to let the people down.
Yes.
So, and we have to practice this, right? So we're here today. I'm giving you a lot of information all at once. So please bear with me. But I want to say this is something that the things that I'm talking about, you're going to be utilizing this for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Like it's not going to stop. It's going to continue because as we grow, as we transcend, there's going to be people that come in and come out, just like the water. It's very fluid. And then you're going to always have those people that's been there since day one.
Amen. And let me just say that. Let me just piggyback on that and say confidence building is not a one and done.
No, it's continued.
Constantly working on it. It's constantly trying to improve yourself in one way or another. Constantly working to feel like you are your best self.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. Problems are going to come.
Okay, hold on one second, boo. We got a question. Can y'all give examples of specific boundaries you've had to set and relationships y'all had to end?
I'll let you go first.
Okay, I can. Not necessarily in relationships, but I will say I've been dating. I've been dating this past year. And I have not dated in a long time. So the rules have changed, right? But I'm an old school girl. I'm used to a man calling. I'm used to a man setting dates. And I recognize now that the men like to text all the time. What you doing? Hi, blah, 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 blah. What are you doing? How are you? And I'm not a texter. I don't have the patience for texting. Listen, if you want to say something quick, hey, have a great day today. Hope your day's going well. I'm fine with that. But what I'm not going to do is get to know someone and have an entire conversation by text. I'm too grown. So I recognize that there are some men, I don't know if it has something to do with the pandemic or just the change in how we communicate, but there are men now that are very apprehensive about getting on the phone. I will say off top, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a text person. If you want to talk to me and get to know me, you can call me. Better yet, you need to set up a date and you can talk to me in my face, because I'm not going to do too much talking on the phone without you spending no coins. So, you know, you want to have a conversation or two before you set up a date, fine. But I don't allow someone to just call me without setting up a date. And I don't allow men to text me and attempt to have long conversations. So if I see or recognize that the behavior, after I've said, look, I don't like this, it's really not my thing, and the behavior doesn't change, girl, I blocks. I'm not about to go, I am 42 years old. I'm not about to go back and forth with no grown ass men about texting me like I'm a 14-year-old child. My parents aren't here. You can call me. You know what I'm saying?
She took my main one. There she could. I learned through talking. I got to hear your voice, learn you.
Yes.
I'm not texting, especially with these nails. Like, look, you text me, you're gonna be late. You're on your way. You're en route.
Mm-hmm.
We need to reschedule something along a logistic matter.
Right.
But to build a relationship, have an argument or a disagreement via text, all of that.
It's not happening.
Not doing it.
Mm-mm.
And I will say this, I really do treat, because I'm in the same boat. I've been out of the dating pre-pandemic, but I just got back into it, and I can tell you that I lay out my politics from the word go. So because I use online platforms, I'm like, okay, what brought interest to my profile? What are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
I get all of that in the chat. And 9 times out of 10, by the delivery of those questions, they cancel themselves. Or they'll give me, you know, I like this, I like that, something specific to my profile. From there, I'll segue onto my personal cell phone and we can set up a date. And it's at that date, if you guys play poker, dominoes, bid whiz, spades, I get the rules straight at the door. And I'm very intentional. So depending on that man's personality, I really don't care. Okay. It's my politics. Okay. Because please believe you me, men don't play about what they will and will not do.
They make it so plain.
They make it plain.
They make it plain.
Clear.
And they're not lying.
And they're not lying.
When they say I'm not looking for a relationship, they're not lying.
That's what they mean. That's
when they say, what's that little boy?
To have fun. Somebody have fun with.
Yeah. What's that boy, that rapper? What's the one with the girl, the mixed girl, Danny Lay? What was the rapper? What's that boy's name?
I cannot.
Not Lil Durk. What's that boy's name? But y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that was with the mixed girl, Danny Lay. Yeah. I like this. And I'm gonna tell you this. You guys all heard the little drama with them. Mm-hmm. They were in the house. They had the drama. She was there with the baby.
Right.
And he said, "You are a side chick."
The baby
said, "You're a side chick."
Right.
She went into this whole thing. No, I'm not.
Yes, he said, "You decide. Why are you begging to stay? Why are you still standing there?"
The man said, listen, she was like, so what the girl started to do, she started to pull all sorts of pictures. Honey, you can pull all the pictures, all the vacations and everything else. He said,
"You're the side chick."
And that's what
that's all he needed to say. She was talking about, well, you asked me for some sex.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. And he wants you out. Let me tell you. So
don't make him say it twice.
We could look. To that effect.
Yes.
Before I circle back to this young lady's question. When I don't care if it's a man or a woman, because it could be a female friend, whatever you got going on. When a person want to walk out of your life, let them.
Yes.
Don't try to convince them or sell yourself.
Girl, you better preach today.
That don't want you.
That you're worthy.
Right. This is not, look, I don't interview or audition for work. Work auditions for me.
The resume speaks for itself.
The resume speaks for itself. Jobs find me on LinkedIn.
I know,
I don't
right?
have to apply. I'm beyond that point, and I'm serious. So when I'm dating, to go back to this young lady's question, just like we get the domino rules, the spade rules, everything out, we get it out in the open right here. I'm a relationship oriented woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do casual sex.
Yes.
You must get tested for all STIs, AIDS, and HIV. If you want to go out with me. I need you to submit to a background check. As I mentioned, I've worked with CPS. Oh, no.
Jason,
Yes.
Jason, I'm sorry. This is for the girls. Do you mind leaving? Thank you so much for tapping in, Jason.
I love you.
But Jason is to say, Jason, you're going to have to come back when we're doing something.
This is ladies only. That's
it's just for the girls, Jason. Sorry.
But yeah, I get it. I mean, and it gets easier when you go through the process. But
thank you for being respectful.
Bye, sweetie. I appreciate it. But I get it out there. All of the things that work for LaDonna and what does not work for LaDonna. Now, if they can respect it, then I wouldn't be single. But right. A lot of times men are looking for the quick and easy because I'm too much work. I have a strong personality and I'm highly accomplished, and you can't do that to me. Okay, you just can't. And I understand nowadays you can go on Instagram and OnlyFans and all these other sites I don't know nothing about and order you some pussy. Here's the deal. That's not what I'm featuring over here. That's not the program in the line that I'm pushing here. Okay, I'm old school. As Paris She-Code mentioned, it's not going down like that.
Period.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody line up for a sale. But let me tell you what.
I know I do.
Hermes and Chanel don't have no commercials. Bentley don't have no commercials. Ferrari doesn't have any commercials. Neiman Marcus don't have commercials.
No, they don't.
Bergdorf Goodman do not have commercials. If you know, you know. You got it? That's who we are. Okay? This is not Macy's. This is not Forever 21. You're not gonna half step with me because I love hard. I have a lot to give. I have a lot to offer. Okay. So with that being said, I deserve nothing less and will tolerate nothing less.
Yes, ma'am. Because
we are accomplished as women. Let's be clear. We are women. We were not, biblically speaking, meant to work this hard. Okay. But we're doing it. So why would I tolerate anything less? That can compromise your self-esteem too. When you're entertaining someone that's looking to subtract and divide from your life instead of add and multiply to it. And if you find yourself in those type of situations, romantic or otherwise, because I said family, work, right? Friendships, you're the giver and everybody's going to take. You need to be curious about that. Okay. So that brings me to my next thing.
Let's go.
Walk tall, walk proud, speak and act with confidence. If you want others to see you as capable, then be frank with your knowledge. That builds confidence. And also, I will say, be ready to admit the unknown. If you don't know something, be able to communicate that. You know what? I need to research that. I'll get back to you, right? These are, somebody said this needs to be a part 2.
We are going to do a part 2 because this went so fast. We probably have like 20 minutes left.
Right.
And so we will do this a part. We will have a part 2. Keep going, Donna.
Okay. And then I wrote, so a work question did come up. The chat is moving so quick, and
I know. Let me go back.
But I want to say this. Let's say you have anxiety about speaking in large groups, or communicating those boundaries, because that takes strength. It takes fortitude to be able to do that. What I wrote is that everyone. So I was just at her birthday party. It's approximately 10 of us. And I knew a couple people only and no one else. And what I have to walk into the room and say, everyone is loved. Everyone has lost someone. Everyone has had a booger hanging out their nose. Everyone has fallen down in their best shoes. And I'm going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be okay.
It's funny you say that because one of my friends,
okay,
one of my friends before, and she talked about it during the brunch, but she was like, can I bring such and such and such and such? And I was like, why?
Uh-huh.
I said, well, this is a curated group of women who I invited. If I wanted to invite them, I would have.
I like how you said curated.
Listen, my life is a curation. Everything is curated. Everything. The wardrobe, the shoes, and people. I have a curated group. There's a you have to curate the people in your life. It's not a game. So she was like, can I bring? And I was like, no, I'm not close. I know those women. We are very cordial, but that's not who I invited. And she was like, yeah, but you know who they are. We're friends. And I said to her, why do you feel the need to invite them? Are you afraid of not knowing anybody? Like, what is this about?
Right.
And she was like, oh, well, you know, I guess, she was like, I'm not going to know anybody, but I guess I'll just talk to your mom. And I was like,
okay. Right. But you know what? That's the fear.
Right.
I'm by myself. But you know what I've learned? Because I've been in spaces where I have been the only African diaspora woman in the room, in the establishment, in the conference. If you know anything about psychology was founded on the backs of 5 Eastern European men. The science and discipline itself is homogeneously white. It's dominant culture, okay? And men and women of color have, over the past 25 years, have come into the fold. But the initial stages in the beginning, the impetus of psychology was dominated by European men. And so when I go to trainings, when I go to speaking engagements, when I go to state technical assistance calls for new referendums that's coming out for the state of California in behavioral health, I am the only. And what I will tell you and what has helped me is that I'm not the only. My ancestors are behind me.
Period.
And I'm about to cry. Okay. I have Southern roots. My mother is from the South, and she is in her late 60s, and she is a product of Jim Crow and redlining and sharecropping. Okay. That shit wasn't that long ago. Okay?
No, it was not.
And I, as an only child between my parents, 47 years of marriage, this is what they worked for me to do. To be that presence, to be that voice, to be that seat at the table. And I utilize that seat. So I'm never alone. So I'm deserving
of that seat.
Deserving of this. And so I can walk in to Latrice's party and only know Latrice and familiarity with Miss Deborah and be okay.
Yeah. Anywhere for that matter.
Anywhere. And not know a soul. And make friends along the way. Like we was shooting you saw what it was. I see some people there that was there. You saw what it was. Like I felt like I've known you all my life. You know what I mean? It's what I exude. It's what I put out. I know that I lead with respect.
Yes.
I know I lead with positive energy. And that's all. And I'm being myself. And I didn't tell you anything about being a doctor. Latrice brought it up. Not me. You see what I mean?
Okay, so look. Curvy Chick's question was, stress and the work environment were what triggered my anxiety and depression. I had that going on at the same time, and that didn't help.
Okay, got you. So I would say take time off. Okay. Sometimes we let our hours accrue and we don't take vacations when we need to. So I would put the onus back on you to say, look at what your senior leaders do. There's been, for an example, at the county level, there's been hiring freezes, and then the freeze has been lifted. So there's a lot of hiring going on. So there's a lot of transition. There's short staffing within systems and divisions. Those senior leaders still take their vacations. They still go pick up their kids. They still take off work to go to the wedding in another state. They make sure to prioritize them first. So put yourself as a priority. Take time off when you need it. And also communicate to your immediate supervisor when you're at your bandwidth. Okay, because sometimes you'll say to yourself, being the super employee that I'm sure you are, you'll say, yeah, I'll do that. We're short staffed. Yeah, I'll step up. I'll step up. But your tank is slowly filling, right? You have to be able to communicate to your superiors, hey, I'm at my bandwidth. You guys gave me X, Y, and Z to do. This is all I can manage right now. And let them figure it out. Let them figure it out. And they will figure it out. Trust me. Unless that company is called LaDonna Norman LLC, LaDonna Norman Corp, LaDonna Norman whatever. If that's not the name on the building, I need some time off.
Okay.
I'm at my bandwidth.
You first.
Okay. It's you first.
Choose you.
You first. And sometimes the people that do the best work and come through in the clutch are the ones that get misused and abused. So don't be that person. Don't be that person. Don't sacrifice your mental health for a company or organization.
Yes.
Because directors take off, deputy directors take off. Trust and believe me. Senior managers take off, division chiefs take off. The whole agency could be at a crumble, and they'd be like, "Bye, I'm going on pregnancy leave. I'll see you in 7 months."
You know, I remember reading an article. I read an article maybe a year or two ago that, like, I want to say like 65, maybe even 70% of Americans don't take vacation. Now, look, you don't have to take vacation, and because I understand it can be expensive, especially in California. It's expensive to go on vacation sometimes. However, even if you're just sitting in your damn living room,
you need a reset.
Use that time.
Right.
Take vacation.
Listen, take your vacation. I cannot stress that enough.
Yes.
Especially with county, city, government, federal government employees. Take your vacation. I know that the culture is that can pay for part of your benefits when you retire, and you can cash the half of 60% off depending on your MOU. Fuck all of that. Listen, let me tell you something about for my MOU union classified employees. Let me tell you something what I've seen with these 4 eyes. You retire at 65 and 6 months later your ass die. I can't tell you how many of those types of funerals I've attended. Been there 30 years, 65, and 6 months later your ass is dead. One of the people that I'm thinking of, she stayed at that job till 9 o'clock at night. She missed pivotal moments in her children's lives and grandkids' lives. She worked 7 days a week, you know, till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Now, she knew her caseload thorough. She had good rapport, all of that. She was phenomenal. Made a lot of change in her community and in her county. But she died 6 months later.
Take that vacation time. You see how I do. Your girl been here 5 weeks. I don't leave a day on the books.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
The way I don't leave no vacation time behind, I take it all.
Let me tell you.
I take vacation time in anticipation. Okay, I don't have it approved, but I'm trying to.
Listen. And also on that note too, planning for your retirement starts now.
Yes.
It starts.
I need to do better with this.
Now. Right now. I can't even
actually yesterday.
Yes. Okay, because let me tell you, there are people that are pushing a walker through the hallway with the air oxygen tube through their nose, still having to work. And have been there, and it was divorces that took up their money. It was too many kids that took up their money. And 1 kid out the 4 was solid. The other 3 ain't shit. Poor financial decisions, you know, poor investment decisions. So please, your retirement started yesterday. If you want to have that number in your mind, for me, it's 55. I paid them to my Social Security since 1996. So for me, it's 55.
Okay. We have about 10 minutes left. Listen, we cannot do we cannot do Rebuild Your Confidence 101 in an hour. It's like impossible. So we may make this a series depending on what you ladies want. I have a little list that I want to run through real quick. What else you have, LaDonna?
I want to tell about a book. I want to talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I got a book share. I got a book share. So, this book that I'm about to tell you guys about, it changed my life in a number of ways. I actually cried after I finished the book. It's this thin. It's doable. It's nothing major. His name is Victor, and he spells that V-I-K as in kite, T as in Tom, O-R. Last name is Frankl, F-R-A-N-K-L. He is from Vienna, Austria. He is a neurologist, psychiatrist, and he was a survivor, one of the survivors of the Holocaust. And the book is called A Man's Search for Meaning. And I know it says man, but don't get too far off into that. But it teaches you how to be thankful and how to be grateful and just overall altruism in his story. And I think it's a valuable read. I think you'll definitely find some meaning and purpose if you've lost your way during this time.
Now, it's so funny. I'm going to share a book with you guys too. And when you guys when I tell you the title of the book, you guys are going to crack up because it is so anti-intellectual compared to what her says, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to run through Josh. Hi, thank you so much for joining. But you know what? This is for the girls.
So this is for the ladies.
This is for the ladies. Next time. Thank you so much, though. Okay, so I'm gonna run through she has already said some really in-depth techniques, and so I don't feel like I have to do it as well. So I'm just gonna run through a list of things that I think are helpful to rebuild your confidence. So 1, seek therapy. Therapy is very important.
Yeah.
2, okay, lean into your sexy. Okay, wear your lingerie, even if there's no one there. Wear your lingerie and take it a step further. Take pictures of yourself in it. I don't care if you are 350 pounds.
Child.
I don't care what size you are. Put on some lingerie. If you don't have no lingerie, you need to buy some. You can get it real cheap.
You need to buy some, yes, absolutely.
Buy some lingerie. Take pictures of yourself. Fall in love with your body. Because I was at a place where I did not love my body so much that I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror. But I had to face it, especially when I wanted to change it. So lean into your sexy. Okay, number 3, always try and show up as your best self. Do not go outside looking any kind of way. I know that is very American culture, to kind of like just go out and just be, you know, with bonnets and things like that. And I'm not going to get into that bonnet discussion. Y'all know how I feel about it. However, go show up as your best self. You know, even if you're running to the Walmart, look, you don't have to have on an Hermes scarf, but look presentable.
No. Right.
Look presentable. 4, read self-help books. One of the books for me that was really good and helped me establish boundaries was Why Men Love Bitches.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's an excellent book. And it helped me to learn how to say, no, I don't like that. And I don't want to do that. Nice Girls Finish Last. Okay? Learn to set boundaries. I love both of her books. Why Men Love Bitches, Why Men Marry Bitches. Okay? Number 5. Stop seeking outside validation.
Yes.
You don't need nobody to tell you you're pretty. You know why? Because you're going to look at yourself every day and you're going to be like, girl, oh, you did that. Girl, you look good today.
Right. Your like is extra.
Exactly. Big Water. Hi, cousin. I love you so much, but you got to tap out. This is for the girls. Okay. Number 6, be unapologetically you. Yes. Be yourself. It doesn't matter if you are in a group, you are in a group of people who are wealthy or who come from a different class background or financial background. You be yourself. People respect authenticity. So you don't have to show up with a mask. Be comfortable in who you are and show up as that person. Number 7, set boundaries. LaDonna talked about that. Number 8 is be okay with friends, family, men walking out of our life. Again, we're not chasing. It's not our ministry. Right. People want to walk out, let them go. It is what it is. And that allows space for people who are deserving to be in your life.
That is it.
Okay. And number 10, Find a passion. Find something that you love. Never stop working on yourself, albeit a dance class, something that you love. Learn a new language. Learn how to swim. Always be constantly working on how to improve yourself. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go and get a PhD. But if that's what that is for you, that's okay.
Go get that. Go get that.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is in your life that you can allow. You know, some of you have families and kids and maybe you don't have space. It can be something small. Maybe you want to write a book about yourself. You want to write your memoirs. Start. A couple pages a night. Do something that you love and that makes you feel good about yourself. And it doesn't stop. Once you finish that, you do something else. That is how Penniless in Paris was born. I needed an outlet. And so I liked writing and I liked sharing what was happening in my life. So always be working on a way to improve yourself. So that's my list for now. Now let me ask you guys something. Usually, because this is a safe space, I usually do not save the live. So I want to ask the girls, do you guys want to save the live for a playback, or should we just leave it here? Whoever was here got the gems, and hopefully the other girls catch on, you know, next time we go.
I'm seeing all the hearts. I'm seeing hearts. I'm taking hearts. Let's put it out there.
Which y'all want? I mean, we can save it. Should we save or delete?
I'm seeing a yes from Murata.
Yes, save. Okay, so we'll save.
We're gonna save.
Mazzy says don't save. Save the live, please. I definitely want the list and the book names. Okay. LaDonna, anything else? Okay, she says save. Okay, so we have majority save, so we're gonna save.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save. And I think I will say this because when we do the live, it won't show you guys like who was on. It'll just
that's true.
It will only show the dialogue between myself and Paris She Code. It doesn't show your names or your comments that you're making now.
That is accurate. That is accurate. Yeah. Okay. LaDonna, you have anything else before we tune out?
I just want to say thank you again.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys joining tonight. It means so much because, you know, you guys could be doing other things too instead of listening to her and I go back and forth. So I do appreciate it. And I hope that you found some value in it.
Yes.
And we definitely heard you. And it warms my heart that you would like to see a part 2.
Yes.
We're definitely going to put something in the works.
It will be done.
It will be done. Say less. And thank you. Just thank you so much. You guys were great. You guys participate. I'm so sorry. I'm blind as a bat. I can't catch everybody's stuff, but I seen positivity and heart. So that part I can see. And please DM me if you have some other topics you'd like to discuss.
Yes.
We're going to definitely continue to move this conversation forward. I think I would like to talk about triggers.
Okay.
How to identify your triggers.
Yes.
Because that plays a part in self-esteem. So I'm hearing that would be wonderful. I saw that.
Yes.
Thank you. And again, do not hesitate to DM Paris She Code and I, regardless of what it may be. No question is a dumb question. Bring it on.
And again, thank you girls so much for joining. Look, at the end of the day, we enjoy Instagram, but we are here to encourage the girls. We want us to feel our best, look our best, and go into the new year doing the work so we can show up, period. So we can show up as our best selves. Okay? Love you guys. And hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
and
Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. Yes. Have a good one.
LaDonna,
thank you.
I'll talk to you soon, boo.
Absolutely, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't even know how to turn this thing on.